wonderful friends. Good to see you again on this platform. I am Adedaya. Okay, today we'll be having basic science, and I'll be taking wonderful year 6 pupils the topic from where we stopped last. The last time, remember, we talked about your body's organs or the body's organs. Alright, do not forget that your body comprises, that is, has different organs that made the functioning ratio so perfect. Now, the last time I drew a simple human body for you, and then I labeled some parts. I labeled the diagram with the brain, the kidneys, the lungs, the liver, the nerves, and other parts of the system that makes it function adequately. Alright, quickly today, we still talk about your body's organs, so we are continuing from where we stopped the last time. Alright, today we're talking about your body's organs and continue. You can see that subtopic. What do we look like inside? I told you before the last time, I said today or next when we meet, we'll be talking about what we look like inside. That is, how the human body look like inside. Now, what do we look like inside is the subtopic under the main topic, your body's organs. Alright, now let's start with the brain. Your brain is the place where all your thoughts and feelings happen. Very simple as ABC. That means our thoughts, how we feel in the body, the action takes place in the brain. So it's from the brain signals are sent to other parts of the body. So the brain can be tagged as the main organ in the body who does the work of what? Making other organs function adequately. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that for other parts of the body to function very well or adequately, the brain sends signals to them. So if the brain is not working very well, other parts of the body, that is other organs, they may not function very well, or they might be malfunctioning. Alright, now the working parts are called nerves. The working parts of the body, they are called what? Nerves. The nerves are what? They are just tiny tissues that look like what? Like, something like wire run around the body. They are joined to the brain, and these nerves help to carry signal to other parts of the body. Alright, we're going to talk about it in the next class as a very typical topic. Now, other nerves join your brain to the rest of your body. It's just like connection of wire in the home. So one wire is connected to the other and then put to the main box where all wire are put. So nerves from your fingers bring messages to your brain so that you know what you are touching. Can you imagine that? There are nerves on the hand. There are nerves on the hand. They also call them veins. Those veins, they are just like tiny tissue, tiny wire that runs through the body system inside it. And they join to the brain and make us get signals to know what we are touching or when we are about to touch anything. Okay, if you want to move your fingers, your brain also sends message out to tell your muscles what to do. Can you see that? If you want to move your fingers now, for example, these are my fingers. The finger is also known as phalanges. Phalanges now, these are my phalanges. I have 10 phalanges. If I'm going to move my fingers now, the fingers do what? They send signal to the brain. So when the signal gets to the brain, it gets it to the cerebellum. The cerebellum now quicken it to the medulla. The medulla hasten the thought. Then the thought now bring out the action we are carrying out or we are about to carry out. Okay. Now, let's go to the heart now. The heart. The heart is a muscular organ. Muscular means it has a lot of tissue that are very, very strong, connected with veins and arteries to it. So the heart is a muscular organ. For example, now if I show you my hand now, and I try to, little children will say, I want to show you my power. Say, I want to show you my power. When you try to do your hand this way, what happens? Some veins show. When the veins show, little children say, I'm showing you my power. So that is just the level of the muscle. The muscle is just the stretched part of the vein that helps the body to be connected to the brain, and that helps it to function very well. Alright. Now, the heart is a muscular organ. What is the function? It pumps blood around the body. The heart pumps blood around the body. So, the blood that are pumped around the body comes from the what? Heart. And that is the function of the heart. It pumps blood around the body, just like a pumping machine at home. The pumping machine helps to pump water from the ground into the tank, another part of reservoir in the home. That's the same function of the heart. Alright. The lungs. The lungs are for breathing. They are for what? They are for breathing. In your lungs, Oxygen from the air can move into your blood. Yes, there are two types of oxygen. They call it oxygenated pyrated blood and deoxygenated pyrated blood. So the oxygenated pyrated blood are the blood that are good for the body, that we use to grow, and it helps us to function well as human. But the oxygenated means the ones that are less in value in usage, those ones that pass to other tissue and then to the waste product, then they come out as waste metabolism. Okay, now we have talked about the which pumps blood around the body. The lungs does what? Is aid what? It aids what? Breathing. Now let's go to what? The kidneys. The kidney clean the blood. Yes, kidney clean your blood. The function of the kidney is that it cleans the blood. I've shown you the shape of each of these organs in the last class. Yes, I remember I drew it on the board. I told you that the kidney looks like what? It looks like a kind of shaped bean. Yes, that's what they call it, shaped bean. When I say shaped bean, I mean it looks like beans. I told you that there are two kidneys, each of it look like a bean. I'm talking about the beans we consume. So that's the shape of the kidney. I think I drew it in last time. I don't need to talk more on that. But by the kidney cleaning the blood, they take waste chemicals and other water out of the blood and pass them to your bladder. To your bladder. Your bladder is not your scrotum. It's not your scrotum and it's not the testicle. Your scrotum is the sac that is holding the testicle. The testicle is the one that is attached to the penis. So the bladder is just a sac. Many of you think bladder is the scrotum. Scrotum is the sac that is holding the testicle. Testicle means the two balls that is attached to your penis. You know what I'm talking about. Your penis now, there is a sac attached to it. That sac is called scrotum. That scrotum has two balls. Those two balls are called testicle. So the testicle gets the waste product passed to the bladder. The bladder is a sac. Is a sac beneath the stomach. So that sac holds waste metabolism. In other words, waste product. That is things that are passed away from the large intestine, small intestine, they are passed to the bladder. Then the bladder now releases it as waste product that is not useful to the body through the anus or through sweat pores in the body or through our what? Urine and other parts that are not, that pass out waste product in the body. Alright, so the function of the kidney is that they clean the blood. Now let's go to the bladder. The bladder stores the liquid. The liquid is known as what? The urine. So until you are ready to go to the toilet, the urine remains in the bladder. So when the urine come out, is the waste product. It's not good for the body. Now at this point in junction, let me just go back to the lesson for so many reasons. I talk about the brain, which is the place where all thoughts and feelings happen in the body. Now most signals, or in conjunction, all signals are taken from the brain. So if the brain does not send out signal, one organ in the body or the other, they may not function very well. They might malfunction. Alright, we talk about the heart, which is the pumping station of blood in the body. Talk about the lung, that aids breathing. We talk about the kidney that clean the blood. Alright, we talk about the bladder that store the liquid, that is our urine. And at this point, I would like to leave you with the following questions. The first one, okay, just one question on the hand. Explain the function of each of these organs. Explain the function of each of these organs. Alright, we have these organs, we have the brain. Explain the function of the brain as stated in the note. You can as well take care of an encyclopedia or dictionary and look up the menu of that, or use of Google. Alright, the brain, heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the bladder. State the function of each of these organs. See, I see you in the next class. Remain safe and God bless you.